All right, fellow babies, coming at you live on the EiE Network. We've got the Silly Shill Show, and we're coming at you with some really cool stuff tonight. We've got a little flat Earth from an old regular you're gonna love to see back. Oh yeah, we got a couple of Sovcit absolute tools, and we dive into the bag of conspiracy bullshit to bring you something extra special. Plus, we've got Prime Red and Dr. Bob the Science Guy joining us at the table as well. So let me hand this over to the Sarcastic Barman, and he can take us around and tell us who's here. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing all well, thank you, Dick. How's you doing? You enjoy your quiz?
Excellent. That was really fun. Tusk made it hard. Holy, did he step up and nail it. That was crazy. I had no idea what was going on for at least a third of it, and I know my music pretty well. So, that was tough, but it was really fun. It was good. Right on. Thanks for having me, buddy.
On the plus side, you won, so you get to come back for the final, so I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a hell of a
There you go.
lot.
Yeah.
But, so let's go around the table. Say hello to everyone. I'm going to start with the lady who got me in trouble. Krafty Keelah, how are you doing?
I am good. How did I get you in trouble? Oh, shit. What did I do?
When someone random sends you a mankini on the internet, there's questions that have to be answered. I'm guessing it was you, since there was no notes.
I don't know. Who could have sent you that?
I'm
I'm
probably very worried.
Well, at least you're all set now for Tattie's live stream. So, yeah, I'm good. As people can notice in the chat, there is not a sea of blue anymore. So I've been working hard on the getting the moderators sorted. So we are overhauling the moderators to reflect the expansion of the EiE Network. So if you are interested in becoming a mod, there are things you're going to have to do to earn that wrench. So please come to me and talk to me after the show on Discord. You can find me in the Shills server. Woohoo!
Or just send me beer. I'll do it. We just won't tell Krafty. Anyway.
You'd be surprised how I'm always watching, Barman. Always watching.
That's quite scary. I mean, what if I go in the shower and do it in there? You're going to watch me in there? Ew, weird. Anyways, Steven Cup of Reason, how are you doing on the other side of the world?
Good morning, silly shills. I'm doing good, Barman. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, thank you, dude. What's going on in your world?
Oh, the same old, working my butt off, just finishing up test week with the kiddies, got a lot of papers still to grade. Pain of Progress is in the works and should be ready for tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And I seem to be missing a mankini I ordered a few months ago. It still hasn't arrived. I wonder what happened. Other than that, things are good. And we're working on reviving the Mega Mirror, yes, which is now going to be a feature or a feature on the EiE Network, and then rebroadcast on my channel afterwards, as I'm doing with Pain of Progress.
Oh, cannot wait for that. Well, on the plus side, though, if your mankini arrives in time for Saturday, you can join me and Tatty wearing mankinis doing a live stream.
Well, I hope it gets here because, it was a really unique one. It's not available anymore. It had this really nice little bow tie, and wow, I don't know what happened to it. Just had never showed.
Camo green, so it's a bit weird.
Ah.
But because it's camo, it'll just look like I'm naked, so that'll be amusing.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ripping my eyeballs out of my sockets right now, guys.
You love it. But we'll turn to the man who's made all this horribleness possible. Tatty, you evil live stream having to do person. Are you there?
I am indeed. Hello, good after evening, everyone. What can I say? Yeah, the live stream will be happening a week and half a day for now, or thereabouts. And bugger.
Oh, you're going to love it. Face it. It's just an excuse to drink on stream anyway.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
As long as you're half sober for the night time when you've got to do the Shills show, it'll be fine.
Oh, you've got 2 chances of that. And I'll warn you now that I have also maybe ordered a mankini, but it hasn't arrived yet. So if it doesn't arrive before the live stream, then I'm doing it in the buff.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
We'll postpone it.
Well, there's going to actually be cameras on, so it won't matter. No one knows that yet. Oh, who else we got on my list here? Better say hello to Bull, because I always forget Bull, and I always feel bad about forgetting Bull. Bull, how are you doing? How are you doing playing with buttons and twiddling with knobs?
I'm kind of done with twiddling knobs today, to be fair. But it was fun. We set up this new set in case everybody didn't notice. Thank you, Dick Dawson, for sending this over. And it's gonna be we got some good stuff coming up tonight. We really do.
Mm-hmm.
Got eight videos to pick from. 8.
Nice. I'm looking forward to them. It is a very fancy looking set. It just gets better and better. Fair play. But
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
yeah, right. Who else we got here? Let's say hello to Big Blue. Big Blue, how are you doing?
Good evening, Barman. How you guys doing?
Not too bad at all. Always got to love your voice. It's just so deep and sultry. It's like, ooh, you need to do more voiceover stuff for everyone.
I've been shopping Amazon trying to find an old mankini, but they don't seem to make them in my size. I actually need a jumbo petite.
Oh, I feel like we should just rename this stream the Mankini stream with videos as well.
That's it. Mankini Mondays is going to be a thing.
Oh,
Oh, no. We're going to move on for that. We're going to move on from that very quickly. Say hello to the... God, I'm losing me track. Lose me mind. Oh, we'll say hello to the sheep. We know there's no Mankinis there. Aimee, how's it going?
It's great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Please save us.
Oh, sure. Not a problem.
And I'm excited to be on this Shills show with you, Mom.
Thank you.
I'm next to you.
That's right. If you guys all look, you can see Matthew's new icon is on
If you
there
can't
now.
see my part, that's fine. I'm getting long hair.
Yeah.
I know.
That's
And you
right.
can't see my mustache and beard.
So cute.
Yes, he's with us tonight. He's doing good.
Awesome.
So I'm all excited. We've got some good shows coming up tonight, this week. Today, we've got our shows this weekend, plus Autism starts next week. I am too excited. We are doing excellent with those and all the planning and everything, so I'm excited. And I do want to thank Prime Red for coming on and Dr. Bob for coming on as well, because thank you so much. We appreciate it. And I want to thank everyone in the chat, too, for coming. Hello, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
And better get on with our guests. Prime Red, how are you doing this evening? Long time no speak. It's been like, 3 hours?
Yeah, it's been a long time, Barman, but yeah, I'm doing great. Been doing some entertaining today, so.
Awesome. I watched your video from earlier with the silly Yahoo comments. I do have to say, reading everyone's name wrong just made me giggle every single time.
Yeah, everyone seems to enjoy that.
It's the little things that make it fun, really, though, isn't it?
Yeah, the first one, actually, I would talk to people about that, and some people didn't actually watch the video, so that's why I put the joke in at the beginning about people not actually watching the video, because I wanted you to actually see the names, because that's part of the joke.
Yeah. It was good. It was a worth video of watching. If anyone wants to know, go and check out Prime Red's channel after the show. Obviously not during the show, because that'd just be evil. And our other big guest of the night, Bob the Science Guy. How are you doing, Bob? Oh no, Bob, you're still muted, or you've stepped away. God dams. We'll give him a second, and if not, we'll come back to him in a moment.
Yes.
Never mind. Well, we do have the one downer though. Dick's got me.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Crapper. I was on boomer mute. I was sitting here with my little mouse on my OBS mute, and I forgot to unmute the one over on these. Yeah, I'm so glad to be here tonight, Barman. I'll tell you, coming onto your show, with all these wonderful people is almost like coming home.
Nice.
I love it.
We do always tend to have a good family sort of feel on here, and it is really good. I do enjoy doing these shows.
And if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and record this, and I maybe toss it on my channel a little bit later to get a little more exposure to your wonderful show.
Please do, Dr. Bob. I would love that. Thank you so much.
I would be more than happy to, because you guys need to have a little bit more exposure. Not the
Thanking you.
Mankini kind of exposure.
No,
especially
no.
you.
No, they're quite
Especially
scary.
you,
though.
man. But yeah, you guys definitely need to have a little more following here. So I'm going to try and get you a little more publicity.
Oh,
Thank you very much, sir. Awesome.
I
Absolutely.
would like to say,
I'm going to
really
edit out
quickly-
my little boomer moment there, though.
That was awesome.
I would like to say really quickly, yeah, as a guy who mispronounces people's names for comedy, it's great to be on a show with an actual medical doctor. You know? It's kind of raising me up a bit.
Indeed.
Very cool.
Well, you
Get
got some talent here, man. You got doctors and engineers and Indian chiefs and lion tamers and everything else.
Oh,
And Krafty.
I'm Krafty, yeah.
Yeah, it's just on
The
me.
goat mother.
Sitting in the corner with my goats.
All right.
The goat icon in there as well. But
So,
I'm gonna, oh, go on.
Well, we've got quite a few videos picked out, so I was thinking we should probably get the gong out tonight as well, right off the bat. What do you think, Barman?
Oh, hell yes.
All right. All right.
Especially if
So,
they're anything like the videos I've seen in the side chats that we have, and they're there, and I'm like, oh my god, no!
I know, it's pretty rough. It's going to be great. I have no idea what order and where we should look at things. So how about we get Boole to read us off some choices, and we'll see what the viewers and the panel, especially our guests, are into.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. Let me get to video.
I'm into
list up
everything,
here.
man. Just everything.
Let me get the video list up here because some of these names are just ridiculously long and they don't even fit in the window. So
That's worrying.
let me get the window to the point where I can actually see the names list. Come on. Thank you. All right. So number 1, we have Robert Hawthorne doing Upheaval Dome and the Obsession Stone. Space News. Whatever the fuck that's about, I don't know. Number 2, How to Deal with Fraud Fines, Part 1.
What?
Not sure because we don't
Fraud
even have
fines?
fraud as in
Oh.
like that thing Kyle Curtis did, fraud, that thing.
Oh, tell me there's a part 2. Tell me there's a part
No,
2.
there isn't. So that's thank you, Colin,
I'm
for
confused.
just saying part 2, right? Media number 3, flat, level Earth, how it would look on a sphere, no block for hundreds of miles.
Oh, Jesus.
And number 4, media blackout, the federal court case to end water fluoridation.
Oh, I wouldn't do that one.
Fluoridation, is that a real word? I don't think that's a real word.
Fluoridation. I guess.
That's when you put powder in
it's
the
when
water.
They put fluoride in the water, yeah. So,
Oh, no, I say in all of Florida. They just get all of Florida, mix it all up and put that in the water.
Okay, so let's turn this over to Dr. Bob. He'll get first choice tonight. Out of that, what do you want to go at first?
wait, that was only the first 4. Let me do the other 4.
Oh, okay. I thought we were done. Yeah,
We
go.
have
Okay.
eight fucking videos tonight, folks.
Jeez.
Number 5.
We'll never get through.
Number 5
Yeah.
is simply titled "This Just Happened." Don't know what this is, but it just happened. Whatever the fuck it is.
Grab bag.
And number 6, Truth and Lies. About what? I have no idea. Although I think that might be a flirt for one. Number 7, What's in the Vaccines?
Oh.
Dun dun dun. And number 8, Flat Earth. In the face of irrefutable proof, the globe liars prove they have no souls or science.
Nice.
All right, my votes were the last one.
All right.
Oh, we're going for the flat Earth, are we? I thought you would have
I'm
been.
going to go for the flat Earth. We'll do the vaccines when we come to it.
Yes,
I'm gonna
yes, because we
discuss the
will.
ingredients of a cup of coffee and how many carcinogens are in it.
I love it.
I'm personally
All right,
looking
well,
for McDonald's special sauce in my vaccines.
Oh,
You want special sauce in your vaccines? We can give you special sauce in your vaccines.
When he says that, why does it just sound so dirty?
Because you have a dirty mind, Mr. Barman.
That is true.
You picked a winner.
Well, I
I
don't
gotta
think
tell
folks
you
call
that.
McDonald.
You picked a
Hey,
winner.
So-
you guys invited me. It's your own fault.
Yeah, there we go. So I think we know what we're doing. Now, what do you think, Bull? Shall we
Let's start.
dive into some flat Earth goodness, ladies and gentlemen? Here we go.
Alrighty, folks. Well, I'm going to leave a link to the float glass. I'm going
Oh,
to
no.
actually leave a link to several float glass manufacturing videos. One that tells you how it's digitally measured, I think, to 1/100th of a centimeter, something along those lines.
What's float
to
glass?
be flat, perfectly flat. All
Was
these
Freddy Krueger's
globe
boiler room not
proponents
available?
can keep doing is coming and whining about scale. I've made plenty of videos on my backup channel in the 2 weeks since I was unable to upload it since receiving a second strike. So now through August, YouTube can wipe out yet another channel of mine under the guise of hate speech because I keep destroying their globe. And just like I said in Congress, they're not worried about any other conspiracies. They're real
Can we
worried
get
about
to the
9/11,
irrefutable proof, please?
flat
For
Earth,
fuck's sake.
and that
Let's
other
pause.
event, not to be named.
With everything going on in the world today, flat fucking Earth is what Congress has got a hard on for. I don't believe that.
Yeah, I think there's.
Here's the problem with flat Earth. They, for some reason, seem to think that they're important enough to actually occupy the attention of people that have better things to do. I mean, like anything better to do.
Anything to do, period.
Yeah. I think I did my first flat Earth video on my channel for months, only because I'd found something completely stupid, and I thought, well, yeah, we'll do that one. Otherwise, it's been 5G, vaccines, all that crap that's been going around. It's like, oh, there are so much better things to do than flat Earth.
I love the way he just delivered that whole because I utterly destroy their globe, blah, blah, as if it's just matter of fact. It's been done, slam dunked. I mean, literally, the guy hit a three-pointer from behind the other guy's net up in the stands, like showing right off, right? Come on.
Yeah. This guy's a moron.
I mean,
You could have
literally.
told me
in-
it was Danny Pratt.
I had
you
no
know,
idea it was coming either.
That would have probably changed my choice. I would have picked anything other than Danny Pratt.
I said you picked a winner.
I got
Yeah,
a
I
feeling,
clearly did.
I
but
got a
then
feeling
again-
this is going to get a lot worse, though.
You get the videos you ask for, I guess is what we have to say.
What gets me is the title is in the face of irrefutable proof. What fucking proof? Can we please see this? If you have it, please show it to me. If I'm wrong, I want you to tell me I'm fucking wrong, and I want to know why.
Well,
I'm
you
fucking
see-
wrong. But I know
You see,
I'm not.
if you go outside and you look around, the Earth is flat. There's no curve.
That's quite a good impression.
That's pretty
So's
good,
his head.
actually.
These cows are small. Those cows are far away.
Perfect.
Small, far away.
It's like Dick keeps saying, you just can't make this shit up.
Danny Pratt, and there's bound to be a drill motor, a basketball, and a water hose involved at some point.
Now, MacGyver could actually make something useful out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What one thing in that room could MacGyver not make something useful out of? That'll be Danny Pratt himself.
Danny
Yeah.
Pratt.
That would be
Danny
Danny
Pratt
Pratt.
himself.
Danny Pratt would stump MacGyver trying to do something with him.
Oh, he'd kill him with a paperclip. Right, should we have a bit more?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We have to.
Oh, go on then, Bull.
Aimed. So, as long as I keep destroying their globe and not playing their nicey nice games, I guess I'm risking getting shut down again.
That would be
In
terrible.
the meantime, I will leave again several float glass production videos explaining to you once again how they pour liquid glass onto liquid
Glass
metal tin
Always a liquid.
in
you
order
idiot.
to create a perfectly flat surface.
Scale.
This is, again, not me saying it. This is the narrator of the video and the float glass manufacturer saying.
Oh, because the narrator wouldn't lie.
It's evident in every piece of plate glass that you see. Repeatedly in the video, I ask, how long of a piece of glass would I have to make before it displays measurable curvature? I would.
That's a really good fucking question, because how far can you see and not see this curvature apparently, right? So
I think
it would
go
literally be a parallel surface to the ground if the ground was level.
Well, the main question is how much of a curve, what's the minimum curve that you can measure? I don't know. Maybe Blue can help us out with that.
Oh, God.
And how would you measure it?
I have no idea how to even measure it.
Now, you can measure a telescope mirror with lasers and looking at the interference pattern on the surface of the mirror. That's one of the ways you can tell the shape of that. But that's a visible curve, you know.
Yeah, that can be measured.
Now, I seem to recall
it's the same problem. Same problem you have trying to measure the curvature of water. I mean, even a mile out, you're only talking about 8-inch bulbs there.
0.012%.
Yeah, it's now. Good luck making a mile-long piece of friggin' glass.
Yeah,
that's going to be a little problem, I think. And what does Danny Pratt think the manufacturer is going to tell their clients? It's only curved a little fucking bit?
Well, and technically it is, but what percentage of the entire circumference of the fucking Earth, of an entire geodesic basically, is that piece of glass? That 1 or 2 foot long piece of glass. How much, like what percentage of it? And that's how you'd have to figure out how much. Then you'd have to figure out the arcs and
exactly.
It's just not. It's like such a minor fraction. We wouldn't notice it just looking at the piece of glass. There's not metrology accurate enough to figure that out.
I love TP Seeker asks in the chat, how long before till Mrs. CC lets Pratt out of the basement? It's never going to happen. Keep him there. Keep him there.
Yeah.
For the sake of humanity.
Look at it this way, too. If you made a special little trough of metal that was 70 miles long, and you made sure it was level, and then you poured enough molten glass into it and, kept it warm so it would free flow across the whole thing, guess what? The molten glass will be level to the panel, which is level to the earth. I mean, it's just the way it works, Danny. You're an idiot.
Yeah. I'm trying to understand exactly what his point is. Is he saying that the glass itself can be poured to be perfectly flat? Does he have a size on that?
He's saying
is that his point? I mean, the surface of a glass of water is pretty flat, because it's just such a tiny portion of the arc. But, how big, do you think you could make a piece of glass, say, the size of New York City and have it be perfectly flat? Come on, Danny. Crack a book once.
This is a guy who believes the Earth is flat we're talking about, though, so he's not going to know.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I was on Jose's this morning, and we had one of the flirts actually call somebody an idiot. And, I mean, the irony of that just overwhelmed me. I don't think anybody that believes the Earth is flat in 2020 has a right to call anybody an idiot. Our golden retrievers are not idiots compared to people that think the Earth is flat in 2020.
The largest pane of glass in the world is an 8-meter mirror made by Schultz, and it's large astronomical observatories use it to reach universes. I'm so cocked up that's pronunciation. Too much booze. But yeah, so 8 meters is your biggest piece of glass.
Do you know how they make those big mirrors? They put them in a furnace and they spin the furnace so it's a parabolic shape.
That's really cool.
So it's not even level to the ground. I mean, it's in a it's a parabolic mirror. They actually rotate the furnace so that it goes down in the middle and heaps up on the edges a little bit.
Right, and it's not like it's a silver spray paint backed mirror like you have in your room either. It's polished. It's lapped in so that it is very smooth and doesn't have visible flaws for these big telescopes like the Hubble.
Yes, and then what they do is they actually put it in a vacuum and adhere aluminum to the surface of that piece of glass to make it reflective.
Nice. I'm just having a look here. We've got some more big bits of glass. God, that one's actually tiny in comparison. So Apple had a curved window at 47 feet, and Pilkington Glass made a window measuring 70 feet in length. But either way, you're still not going to see any sort of curve on that no matter what. That would... well, the curved one, obviously, for Apple, you will, because it's curved.
Well, I'll tell you what, when Danny can come on out and actually do the math to tell me how much a 200-foot piece of glass would curve based on the radius and the curve of the surface of the Earth, have him tell me how much a 200-foot piece of glass would have to curve to be perfectly parallel to the surface of a curved spherical Earth, 8,000 miles in diameter. When he can do that math, I'll talk to him.
Right, like that would be like what, like a nanoarc second or something like that? Just ridiculously small.
It'd be a matter of microns, I would think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, it's like 10 to the negative 17 meters. No, maybe.
That's a good one. Well, shall we let... all I see is a speed bag that doesn't have its chain holding it up. But should we let him talk more?
Go on, then.
Oh, please. Let's hear more.
The glass pieces of glass they were making in the video are perfectly long enough with the precision measuring equipment we have. Once again, but all they can come and do is whine about scale. See, these Globe Zealot cult members, all they are interested in doing is whining about how they can never do the science. How because scale makes
he's just saying words. He's not actually giving any kind of information.
Do anything to prove So I say, how long are you trying to tell me there are 6 points?
Did you call pause, Tatty?
6 points?
It does indeed. It does indeed, because I just have to say, it doesn't matter what your mammy told you, Pratty boy. Size does fucking matter when it comes to this kind of fucking shit.
Oh dear.
Fucking plant. I mean, how much of an imagination do you not have to understand that the bigger things are, it makes a fucking difference to, you know what? No, fuck off.
Keep in mind in the chat, if you vote 1, you are telling us you want this guy off the fucking screen. So keep that in mind. All right. Should we go on?
Yeah, I guess.
Let me check something real quick. Participants. How many participants? 1, 2, 3. In the chat.
This guy's friggin' epitome of idiocy, man. Fucking gold standard stupid.
Guess what? We're done with this guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we wanted to get into some flat Earth stuff that has a little bit more something to go at, and I know we do have a Dell video.
Dell.
Please no.
No.
We got one somewhere. I'm not sure which one it is.
No.
No, I did find out some more information about the float glass. Apparently, the molten glass is fed into a tin bath, a bath of molten tin. It's about 3 to 4 meters wide, but 50 meters long. So, 50 meters for the piece of glass. That's it.
That's it. Not going to see that bitch curve.
No. No, I mean there might be a longer one, but I very much doubt it's going to be much bigger than that, because how often are you going to need to make glass that big?
Well, like I said, 200 feet. Give me the curve in 200 feet, Danny.
And to be fair, we don't have a manufacturing process that can make something that's perfectly flat. It just doesn't exist. There's always going to be some tool pressure on whatever manufacturing process that they use to do it. Or there's going to be, if it's glass, of course you have surface tension, so it's going to curve at the edges regardless, etc., etc. So it's never going to be perfectly flat. Never.
No.
And who's going to take responsibility for breaking this mirror when it does break? Because, that's going to be a lot more than just 7 years of bad luck.
Yeah. That's going to be a few grand bill.
Oh, dear me.
I think the fact that he sits there complaining or saying that all we do is complain about scale just shows the absolute depth, the abyss of his stupidity.
Ugly German truths. It says it's not true that we don't have anything that's perfectly flat. British beer is perfectly stale and tasteless.
British beer is lovely. I'm drinking it now. Fuck off.
And warm, for that matter.
Well, it should be about 8 degrees.
What, they don't have
Well,
ice
between 8
boxes?
and 12.
They don't have ice boxes in Great Britain?
No, for bitter, it's not supposed to be that cold. Cold bitter's not good. If you want cold, have a lager.
I'm sorry, I can testify that anything in Scotland's warm.
Nothing in Scotland's warm because it never sees the sun.
Is there sun in Scotland if you never see it?
I've heard a rumour.
That's just the moon, Tatty.
So what's the next video, guys?
Oh,
What do you think?
I'd like to do the vaccine one. What's everyone else want to do?
It's good with me.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Sure,
Cool.
let's do it.
Well, it's a
I'd
short
like
one,
to see what
so
fucking
that's-
more say.
yeah, it's a short one, so we'll go with it.
So where else did parasites come from?
The
From
dirt
the
you ate off the
vaccines.
floor. No, they.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Oh, jeez.
Vaccinations are, in a broad sense, inoculations into the system of weakened or dead parasites. But why?
No, not parasites.
Why would this be done? It depends on what paragraph you're reading.
So she
One
doesn't
reason it
understand
was
how the
believed,
immune system works.
Introducing a small quantity of parasite excretions into man is sufficient to give passive immunity. But just a few pages later it says, parasite symptoms are different in each individual.
Yeah, pause.
Is she trying to claim that viruses are taking dumps inside of the human body? Like, is that what's causing diseases?
I'm wondering
This
if
lady
she's one of these.
has no fucking idea what she's talking about.
No, I think she's
Why
one
is
of these
she using
people
the
who
term
thinks-
parasite?
This is what I was
Exactly.
gonna say. I think she's one of these people who doesn't think viruses exist and they're all parasites and toxin builds up and shit like that. Oh.
Yeah, but the thing is, a parasite is something that lives off of a host.
Mm-hmm.
Vaccines don't live off of the host. They don't work that way. I mean, like, at all.
I think she's talking about the weakened disease, the weakened virus strains that are part of the vaccine. I think that's what she's calling parasites. Which
Yeah,
is
but they don't
completely
work
wrong
that
here.
way at all, and that's
Yeah.
not. I mean, the weakened vaccines, the attenuated viruses and such, in some of these vaccines, they don't live in the body.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not defending her.
They're
She's-
there to be
that's-
destroyed,
she's-
and the memory of how to destroy them is retained by the immune system.
That's right. That's all a vaccine really is. It's just a way to train your body to recognize and deal with contagions.
Mm-hmm.
It's like introducing a Labrador to the smell of a pheasant. That's all it is. Once they know what it is, well, they know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. It's chemistry class for your immune system.
Or a wine tasting. I prefer to think of it as a wine tasting for your immune system.
There you go. See?
I'll stick with the beer and rum tasting.
That's the only purpose a vaccine has, is to teach your immune system what to look for and how to kill it.
I like the wine tasting analogy because if you drink a little bit of wine, it tastes really good. But if you drink too much, it will kill you.
Yeah, but you have to drink a hell of a lot of wine for that to happen.
Well, yeah, but
otherwise I'd be dead by now.
Sounds like a research problem, or sounds like a research problem here, Krafty.
A little bit. If it came down to how much wine you were drinking, I would not make it.
Well, I think we're about to do that experiment with Tattie's live stream because he's going to be drinking like a fish.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to hear what else this lady has to say. Is her name Karen by chance?
I was thinking that.
Yeah, it's definitely Karen.
She's got a Karen haircut.
It's got to be.
Sort of.
Yeah, right. Bull, can we have some more Karen, please?
Now we have a third reason. Parasites are actually put into the vaccinations. So what else is known about parasites in humans? We find out more when we see the extensive studies and capabilities of parasites within humans.
What parasite?
Parasite eggs fed to human subjects cause lung problems. Parasite eggs are successfully put into vaccines and injected under the skin. Parasite eggs put in...
What?
Parasite eggs?
What parasite eggs? Unless you're talking about chicken eggs. Are chickens parasites?
She's
Anybody got a good...
using-
Well, I guess that's where chicken pox comes from.
Freaking parasite is not a virus. Very different things. Tapeworms and the cold. Not the same.
No, who sent us this video?
You know, if they're talking about Ascaris eggs going into your lungs, I don't think that's in vaccines. Does she have any documentation to show that any of that's in vaccines?
Don't be silly.
I doubt it.
Evidence?
You
You're
probably found
crazy.
this bullshit on Reddit
Crazy.
somewhere.
Well, if you want to talk about medicine, you damn well better have some evidence. Or else
Absolutely.
you ought to listen to the people who do have evidence, like humanity.
Yeah, and who are qualified to speak on the subject, not a loser soccer mom who's just bitching.
Karen.
Hey, Amy.
Yes, we got a super chat, please.
Yes. Dave Hansen for $5 said, "My sister's name is Karen. She can't figure out what the whole Karen meme is about. Lol. And also, I would like to make a new super chat sound instead of ching. It goes like this. Will you shut up? We just got a super chat."
That's the sound
Oh, ma.
Thank you very much.
He's
That
never
lady's-
about coming forward, is he?
Now,
Well done, Matt.
Yeah. Oh, right. Any more points on this section, or should we listen to more crazy?
Let's give her rope to hang herself.
Did she make a point?
No.
Did I miss it?
No, she's still talking about parasites as last we saw.
Oh, parasites and worm eggs. Okay, gotcha.
I think he was talking about the points we were making, not her points, because she doesn't have a point. She's as blunt as a dead blow hammer. Just saying.
Is she reading her own personal fan fiction? Because this just does not make sense at all.
you're expecting things to make sense here? Holy crap.
No.
The vaccine will turn into larva form and go into the lungs. Nearly all symptoms caused by parasite eggs cannot be diagnosed with any certainty. Children used in experiments with exposure to parasite larvae caused successful fatalities. After introducing parasite eggs into the human body, it can be found everywhere: the brain, eyes, liver, spleen, kidney, lungs, bones, nervous system, beneath the skin, everywhere.
Okay, pause.
What the hell is this? Successful fatalities in testing parasites on children?
I wish I was going to say that.
Oh, for God's sake. We test parasites on pregnant women, not children. Come now. What do you think? We're humans.
Is her last name Mingala by any chance?
Mengele at least gave the kids suckers.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Oh, that was actually. I have to do one.
I think I know what's going on here. She's actually a Muppet, like a puppet, and somebody's got their hand clean up her butt, and the microphone is right there at the top of the crack, and it's the anus talking. It's not her.
Hey, Dick Dawson, you figured out how puppets work. Very good.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'll tell you, I used to have a handout for people that I was doing a colonoscopy on. I would give them the instructions, and then I'd always give them a list of jokes that they could tell me to break the tension when it came time to do it. Like, now I know what a Muppet feels like. If it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Oh, God. Yeah, what you want to do is go like this.
So, is there booger girl?
Yeah, I'm online right now.
This woman would have an aneurysm if she actually found out how many parasites there actually are just in your digestive tract and why we wouldn't survive without them.
Well, wasn't there a craze in the early 2000s that people were actually taking pills that had worms in, so they could have a worm for a month in the intestinal tract, so they'd lose weight?
Yeah, they used to do that with tapeworms, but I thought that was a heck of a lot earlier. I thought that was like in the last, in the 19th century. I don't think a modern human would be that stupid.
I'm sure I remember. It was celebrity, so what do you expect? I'm sure I remember something. I'll have a quick Google of it while I'm doing that. Aimee.
John Rapp for Australia 2000 said, "Shut up! Here's my super chat. Dance now, clones."
Thank you so much.
All right.
Oh man, this woman is the most utterly unqualified idiot to be speaking on vaccines. I'm sorry, just no.
Does it say where she's speaking anyway? Like, who are the people she's speaking to? Are they
an asylum?
Yeah,
flat earthers.
I'm sure even some flat earthers would probably pull her up on this.
Maybe she's just talking to an empty room.
I'm waiting for her to tell me exactly what kind of parasites are in vaccines. I'm honest to God, I really want to know.
They're parasites, Dr. Bob.
Oh, parasitis?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I remember looking at those under a microscope once.
Oh, dear me. Yeah, there is an actual thing, the tapeworm diet, and it's on health.com. That's all I'm going to say. We'll leave it at that.
Ouch.
Oh, dear me. Yeah. Right.
There's no such thing as a tapeworm diet. You're giving a diet to tapeworms. You're not getting
Yeah.
Bull, should we have some more video?
Sure.
Oh, please, yes. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Eggs turn into larvae and cause death through pneumonia. Appendicitis is the result of damage done by parasites. Inflammation in the body is due to presence of parasites. The presence of parasites gives rise to cysts and the formation of tumor-like growths. Parasites can cause excitability in the sexual organs, causing masturbation in younger children. If too many eggs are given, the liver becomes chapped.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh,
I just paused it because I knew somebody was going to call it.
Oh, no.
Oh, that is
that
awesome.
one caught me off guard.
Oh.
Are they hairy parasites? Well, tell me what's wrong with masturbation. I mean,
how do you catch? How are you catching parasites from Pornhub? Can somebody explain this to me, please?
No, you have to have the parasite first, so you go to Pornhub because the parasite's causing you to want to masturbate. I'm guessing she's had sex 3 times in her life and has 3 kids, and that'll be it.
There's all subliminal messaging through pop-ups and stuff like that. Go to Pornhub. Go to Pornhub.
I don't need them. It's like bookmarked.
I'll tell you something.
Yeah, well, it is for you.
Zealotry is not an excuse for ignorance. That's
No
just
doubt.
my new motto. My new motto.
I'll be right back, guys. I think I caught a parasite.
Don't do it too much. Be careful, you go blind.
Errant Massa in the chat says, I think that lady and her ilk have something like the Norax worm from Plague Inc. evolved. Nice.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta go rub a parasite out.
This is going to be the running joke for the rest of the night, really, isn't it? Oh,
yeah, guys, just be careful. You do it too much, you're gonna go blind.
No parasites on. No parasites on this stream. So if you're on camera, I want to see both hands on the table.
Well,
I'm going blind. I'm going blind.
I got
From parasites.
I gotta tell you, it's the only thing I've ever been certain of in my life. First time I did that, I was certain I was going to do it again.
It reminds me of that scene in The Fifth Element when there's parasites in the landing gear. Yeah.
Too funny.
Hey, Dr. Bob, when you're done with your tapeworm diet, do you need to go see the vet? Is that how you end it?
No, you got to take bug spray internally.
Oh,
which hole?
Ugly German Truth says it's not called rubbing the parasite out, Barman. It's called punching the cobra. Know your vocabulary.
Choking the chicken.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's called opening an incognito tab.
Could this get worse? I can't wait.
Yes.
Oh, it could always work.
Unfortunately,
I
it
have
could get
faith.
a lot worse.
Let's do it.
Well, let's see how much time is left real quick first. We got a minute left, so she could she could come up with so much more shit in the next minute. So let's find out.
Yeah.
I don't know if she can top that because that's some world class messed up right there.
No
If
kidding.
somebody evicts the parasites, I hope it doesn't make a mess on the screen. We don't need to be showing people that.
Oh. Well, the new non sequitur said masturbation is the parasite's evacuation plan.
Is that how they spread?
Oh, good God. Let's play some ball.
Oh,
Oh, dear me.
Why do I hear Frank Zappa right now? Ram it, ram it, ram it, ram it up your poop shoot.
Oh, for God's sake.
Don't fool yourself, girl. It's looking at you.
This is gonna start a whole new breed of dirty talk.
music when you were playing Pratt.
Oh, please, we've got
God.
to do this because, I mean, this is even more painful than Danny.
Yeah, let's run it.
Changed, and the host will die within 2 weeks. This test was done on mice, dogs, and children. My husband and I were able to obtain a vial of tetanus vaccine. In this vial, we made 24 pools and examined the liquid contents under magnification. 21 of the 24 pools, we saw a variety of toxins, including undetermined parasite eggs, skin material, lime rod material, algae, and fungus, and encapsulated toxic formations. Only 3 of the 24 vaccine pools had clean bacterial indicators. This explains how one vaccine vial can give different results or symptoms in different people.
You know, I'm sure this.
Fuck me.
I'm sorry, but if you have the same vaccine vial, everything in that vaccine is going to be the same. If the vial is contaminated, every pool is going to be contaminated.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, come on, guys. I mean,
I can't pour a bit of whiskey into a beer and then pour it out and get whiskey in a few glasses and then beer in the rest of them. No, it's all going to mix together. Fluids do this.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't unscramble the egg.
It's literally called homogenization. That's why your milk only separates when it goes off, right? Because it's homogenized before that.
That woman is nutballs. Absolute nutballs.
yeah. Is that Bill Gates?
That is Bill Gates.
Let's see
She's
what Bill
going to
has
be
to say.
misquoting him.
It's literally the last 6 seconds of the video is Bill Gates. Let's see what she put him up.
Well,
there
let's
to
go
say.
see how they cherry picked a quote out of Bill Gates.
Right.
To be looked back on as a huge milestone in the fight to get all the vaccines to every child.
Good quote, but they're using it as a vaccines have got parasites in, and look, Bill Gates is trying to give everyone parasites. No, he's not. Bill Gates is probably giving more medication out for people who are unfortunately enough to get parasites, so they can shit those parasites out, basically.
I've actually seen pictures of that. It's not a pleasant experience, and quite frankly, you may need to be in counseling for a while after you watch it.
Ouch.
It's bad enough when worming dogs and stuff like that, and that's gross enough.
Well, you know, the worms that they're talking about are about the size of a pencil and 12 inches long.
Oh my good God.
Wow. And they come out by the hundreds. It's like crapping spaghetti.
Oh, gross.
Wow. I think Amy's looking to get in.
Yes.
Save us, Aimee.
John Raff for Australian $5 said, "What's worse, Miss Stupid? One king parasites or the vaccine you need to prevent them?"
Good point.
So better be ready for tomorrow.
Okay.
So are they telling me that my choice is either masturbate or get polio? Is that the point she's making?
I know which one I'm going to choose. That.
Let me think about that one for a minute. Yep. No, I've got a pretty good answer in my head right now.
Yeah. Did you say in your hand?
Oh, in my head. My hands are right here.
This is going to start a whole new weird form of dirty talk, though. People are going to be like, "Oh, give me those parasites." Oh, yeah.
I'm got a parasite.
So
I can't believe I'm even going to read this out, but TC Lucas asks, which head?
Oh.
Don't parasite in my hair.
So should we get off the weird and creepy
Yes,
please.
sex
Please.
parasite thing and go back to flat Earth?
Well, let's let Prime Red here pick the next one. Let's give him a few choices here.
So what you want, Prime Red?
There was one this happened, like a mystery one. This happened. Maybe we should give that a bit of a watch.
Let's do
this. Just personally, that was one of my favorites too.
This just happened. All right, here we go.
How dramatic.
Dun, dun, dun. This just happened. I found a parasite in my knob. 333.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, we're going to take a look at a UFO above Hawthorne, California. Don't know what it is. We know what it isn't because it doesn't meet basic aviation requirements. It has no lights on it, blinking or solid, but I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. Good video, though. Too good not to share. But before we get started, we're going to check in on the Schumann resonance data, and you can see it's a little quieter than it has been the last couple of 2 or 3 days. Whatever the frequency motivator was seems to be letting up a little bit. You can still see a spike that lasted about 4 hours. The Schumann resonance is the vibration of planet Earth. It's resonance, and it's normally around 7.8, 7.86. When you see those large spikes, that tells you that the Earth is feeling something. And that's why we have all this data here at the website. These are Earth's vital signs. When we see something spike, whether it be in the Schumann resonance or here in the magnetic shields of Earth, which right now look pretty good. They don't look like they're showing any type of, major activity. They look quite normal. Then we can kind of know if we do see a spike in either the shields or the resonance. Looking at the seismographs, you can detect energy in Earth's crust. All kinds of different things that you can watch to monitor planet Earth. And it goes on down. The whole page is full of what I consider good data. But right now, everything looks in, pretty normal parameters, except for a small spike in the Schumann resonance. Now we're going to hop over to the west coast of California, Hawthorne, where an object was spotted in the sky by a gentleman that shared a video with me here a couple of days ago from Hawthorne, California. And this is the object I was talking about that had no aviation lights. You can see there's nothing on this craft, whatever it is, blinking or not blinking. There's no blades, there's no sound. Something very quietly moving through the skies above Hawthorne, California. And this was an excellent video. It's just one of those that's too good not to share. I'm not claiming to know what this is, guys. I'll leave that entirely up to you. But
Oh, come on. Don't be that fucking stupid. That looks like you're taking a camera shot up the ass end of a fucking helicopter that's flying away
exactly
from you.
what it is.
Blades are spinning so fucking fast, you ain't going to see them anyway, especially on a hazy day like that. You dumb fucking shit.
But it's a UFO. It might be a UFO. It has to be a UFO.
Well,
he said it.
And
I was thinking it was one of those party balloons, but I don't know.
I was
I'd have to look at
thinking
it
it was my teddy, to be honest. I thought it was my teddy bear. But just like why is it every freaking camera that they use is out of focus? If you want to prove it's a UFO, and that doesn't even equate to aliens, but just something you don't know what the fuck it is, at least do us the common courtesy of taking it off autofocus so it's not focusing on the goddamn power line instead of the damn object you're trying to film.
Yeah.
Well, that's
You know,
because
I'm like, if the
UFOs are
aliens want to
blurry.
show up, why don't they come to MIT instead of just running across two guys gigging frogs in a swamp in Louisiana? You know, go to MIT, man, where people can actually talk to you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
And
you
tell
don't want to talk to Cletus and Homer.
Fucking idiots.
Oh,
Colin Plays makes the point. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Or is it a bin bag?
a bin bag caught in the wind. Could be. I like
Dr. Bob, at MIT, there's only one phrase these guys would understand, and it would be said in the cafeteria. Would you like fries with that?
Quite true.
And did you guys notice his website? Like his website looks like a late '90s GeoCities kind of deal. It's pretty unprofessional.
Yeah, I like GeoCities.
Oh, that's fine.
I was on Excite too, and AOL.
There's so much bullshit here. I mean, he starts off with this fucking this waveform, a graph. I could fart in my fucking microphone and record an audition, go into spectral mode, and get the same fucking picture. Jesus Christ.
Hawkskull said he saw a film of a helicopter where the rotors weren't even spinning. All right, now let's use some intuitive thinking. Why do you think a helicopter would be in the air if the blades didn't appear to be spinning? Any idea there, Hawkskull? Please answer me in the chat because I really want to know if you know why that is.
So when I look at the car next to me and it looks like the wheels are sitting still, that means the wheels on that car are CGI, right? Is that what you're telling me, Hawkskull? Come on, use your head.
It's funny when they're going backwards.
I'm not going to be mean to him because he could just be kind of taking the piss out of it. But if he truly doesn't understand that, I'd find that to be funny.
Did you ever use a timing light?
Oh, Blue. You're stealing my thunder.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You know, the wheels on a car, when you drive that car fast enough and record the wheels, look like they're spinning backwards. What's going on there? Conspiracy.
Same thing with the propellers on an airplane.
Exactly.
Assuming, of course, the propellers are turning. Otherwise, they appear to look still.
Yeah. And matter of fact,
if the propellers aren't turning and we're in the air, you're going to be able to see the pilot, the cockpit filling up with sweat.
Yeah, that has a pucker factor of at least a 15 out of 10.
Yeah.
Well, Blue and I actually know what to do in that case. We're going to land.
You're damn right we are.
Aimee!
Thank you.
John would have frustrating 2000, not a helicopter, not going 1,047 miles per hour. That's fast.
That is fast, isn't it? Thank you very much. Yeah.
Commander Chubbs, actually, I tend to agree with you. I think that's a trash bag blowing in the wind. Or a bin bag, I guess they called it earlier. But I think that's what that is. I'm not sure it's a helicopter, but I couldn't see it very well.
Well, the audio track in this video is definitely blowing in the wind, so we got that one for sure.
That's for damn sure.
I saw the same thing, and I actually kind of agree. I think it very well could have been a helicopter.
Yeah, or the Starship Enterprise, but you know.
Yeah.
Drone.
I was plenty of choppers in my day in the military, and that's kind of what they look like when they're starting to fly out of visual range.
It's broad open daylight. It's not surprising you're not seeing any collision strobes.
Yeah, and the human eye is even worse than a camera. A camera can actually get a picture of the blades while they're in motion. If it's fast enough, it looks like they're standing still. The human eye, you can't see that. If it's going that fast, you can't see that. Up close, you're lucky to see a blur.
Well, from that kind of angle, you're looking at the, how should we describe it? The ecliptic plane of the blade, okay?
Yeah,
seeing
pretty much.
the blade's edge on, it's nothing to see.
Right. It's just a line, and that line would be blurred anyway because it's rotating.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of like if you're into astronomy and you're trying to find a ring planet, but it's not tilted so you can see the rings. Well, you're not going to see a ring planet.
Right.
Some more of the bin bag.
Oh, let's see how much more stupid this guy can dish out.
I don't think it's any type of aircraft that we're familiar with. Doesn't behave like one with regard to noise, number one, sound, lights, number two. It's kind of quietly gliding through the air.
I have to
What are
point
his
out.
qualifications to be able to say that it doesn't behave like an aircraft?
I hate to point out, it's mid freaking day. On what aircraft would you see its lights at that distance during the daytime? There's not a cloud in that sky either. It's not like there's anything to make it darker so you could see the lights. No, you're not going to see it. And the sound, same deal. It's so far away, you're not going to hear it.
Yeah. Far too far away to be able to determine what.
So, don't know. It looks like maybe it's black in color, and then it disappeared behind the building. Here it is, enhanced. Basically what I've done is I've zoomed in as tight as I could go without becoming overly pixelated. And you can see it does look like it's black. This side here, though, it's got like a white appearance. I don't know if that's some sort of a glare, maybe a dome. I have no idea. Now, right there, got to be honest, it looked like a typical jet, right? Looks like a jet. But again, this thing makes no sound. It has no lights. Then when it turns, it's got like something glowing on the right-hand side over here. See that glowing appearance? We're going to compare this to some jets here in just a moment. You're going to see that jets behave entirely different than this craft here, whatever it was. Got a video clip sent in by Bob from Dallas, Texas. And this is from June the 12th, right there in broad daylight. And they are loud. You know those things are around. And see, they're flying in almost the same exact position as whatever that thing was we saw over Hawthorne. These things are incredibly loud. They are powerful machines.
You proved it's not a jet. Congratulations, you proved it's not a jet. There's no exhaust on it. You know, like, great. What's that mean? It's Loch Ness Monster?
And by that last close up, I have to admit that can't be a helicopter. That's got to be a fucking floating garbage bag in the wind.
Yep, I'm changing my vote to trash bag. I'm with Bob.
I think Hawk School got it right. I've seen cauliflowers that look more like a jet.
Yeah.
I'm going for a Pokemon. Yeah.
Could be a witch.
Could be anything. Absolutely anything.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean it's an alien. It is just a UFO because we don't know what it is. Good God. Aimee!
Well, I'll read it this time, honey. It's from John Rapp for Australian $2. He said, "Gong." Okay. Oh, okay.
John Rapp for Australian $2. I said, "Gong."
Thank you very much.
Just the way you
According to the transcript, he said Kong.
So we've only got 2 votes. I can't gong it on 2 votes, audience. If you want to gong more, you got to participate in the poll. put an
Well,
exclamation
play a little
mark.
more so it's more painful.
Exclamation mark vote 1, just like Sarcastic Barman put in the chat. Vote, people. Use your voice.
That means the pig's gone. Oh, good. Oh, thank you, people. You rescued us.
Someone voted 2. Screw you,
Yeah,
you non sequitur.
Shoot him.
Oh, dear me. Well, we better play more bin bag. Unless these votes are coming in quick enough.
Actually, they're coming in quick enough.
Bin bag.
That's it. I'm going to go rub out another parasite.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, so Bob's picked one, Prime Red's picked one, I've basically picked one. We better let Big Blue pick a video next, I think. Maybe.
Oh, I think he had to step away for a moment.
Oh, no!
What do we got left?
Oh.
Well, let's see. We started out with Flurf. We did the vaccine one, and we did that. So we have Truth and Lies. We have the fluoridation one. We have another Flat Earth video. We have fraud finds and how to deal with them. And we have Upheaval Dome. The obsession of Obsession Stone, whatever. Upheaval Dome and the Obsession Stone. That's it.
Is that Dell?
I don't think that one's Dell. I think the Dell's the Flat Earth one,
Oh.
obviously.
I think we need Dell.
Oh,
we need
no.
No. No.
Go on then, let's have some Dell.
Let's have some Dell. All right, we'll go on.
Dell. It's time
to move along.
Can you translate for me?
There he is, the Chrome Dome idiot of the year.
Yep.
He's basically going to say, stupid, muck stupid, haggis muck stupid.
Tosh, I tell you.
Haggis.
Fucking brained.
Haggis. Do your Dell, Tatty. Do your Dell.
Oh, have we lost a Tatty to sleep?
Yeah, maybe. Let's let Dell do Dell.
Yeah, let's let Dell do Dell.
Okay.
Why has he got parasites? Is that why he's doing it himself?
Oh, God.
You can edit the shit out. You don't have to keep it in.
Why would you, like, yeah.
He is the dumbest of dumb.
Arwen has a crossbow on his wall, too. I wonder if Dell's Arwen's dad.
That would explain a lot.
Indeed it would.
The same
Come on, Dell. Get to it.
I know you know how to talk.
Get on with it.
Smart.
What is he doing?
Get on with the tosh.
He is so stupid, man. Fuck.
Typical.
Push
Just
the
as
button and
the
talk
sun
into the
decides to
mic.
make an appearance.
Like checking his email or something?
No,
Don't
no.
talk to yourself.
Next
Push the
time.
button and talk into the mic, Dell.
For the love of God, buddy.
He's alright. It is hot today, yes. The sun's just starting to make an appearance, so this isn't going to be that long today anyway. Just
Cool.
Wanted to have a wee demonstration and a wee chat about these things, so
so I'm sure many are aware. Obviously I've spoken about this so many times. When we're talking about visible optics, we have to understand what it is we're utilising in regards to the eye, the eyes, and ask some questions about those apparatus and how we perceive the world. So, again, just to make some quick points before we go any further, I'm going to show you one of these curve calculator things here. I was going to draw it, but I've got stuff written on there that I need to remember, so let me just share screen. So, obviously, if many people have seen this continually, we've got a curved surface here, and usually they'll show you a representation of you know, standing perpendicular to the centre of gravity, you know, that stuff she's So, you know, they're always depicting this, and if you look at this, remember, you're always at the top of the supposed sphere, so really that arrow should be here. And if you look, this point here, you'd be looking downwards. Okay? Looking down to your horizon and looking down to see things apparently being obscured by a bulge that rises up in front of you, when in reality that's not what happens. Now, the geometry of a sphere shows you that these people in their observations are obviously wrong and disingenuous. Maybe they're just confused about what they think's going on. Because as you stand here at the top of a sphere, okay, the floor curves away from you 360, okay? Every direction, an exponential curve dropping away. Now when we actually look at that, you look and you think to yourself, well, in reality, if I was on a sphere, I would actually be able to see a lot further.
Okay, what is this that he's looking at right now?
The very top of a circle.
Yes, well, it's a picture though. It's a diagram. And what do flurfs always say whenever somebody tries to debunk them with a diagram? They say, "Oh, that's a cartoon."
That's true.
It's also an orthographic view, and there's no perspective in there.
Mm-hmm. Aimee, you want to jump in?
Yes, please. We have a super chat, please.
Oh yeah, I missed that one.
Here he is.
John Rapp for Australian $2 said, we need the flurf equivalent of a tasering. And we need John Rapp to stop sending up. John Rapp to stop sending Australian $2.
No.
The fourth equivalent of a taser is a spray bottle. Bad flurf.
Like you do with cats and dogs. Get off the sofa.
Can I just address something there in the chat for a second? Because Feel Jesus and you just said, I've watched Del blow Newton out of the water. Yeah, I mean, I've seen him try and fall flat on his face. There's no misunderstanding Del. He's just stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid and aggressive, but mainly stupid.
He didn't.
Putting Del and Newton in the same sentence is a fucking crime.
Yeah, he didn't blow anybody out of the water, let alone Newton. For fuck's sake, the only person being blown out of the water is him.
Newton invented calculus, for fuck's sakes. Del can't even spell calculus.
Well, to be fair, guys, Del does have a lot of hot air.
That he does.
Well, I think he records it leaking from rectum and puts it on the air too. So, I wonder, are we going to get any mention of scale when it comes to no, of course not.
No, they can't spell scale either.
This is Del. All he can say is curved water.
Well, speaking of what he says, shall we?
Oh, go on then.
Than, you know, what they're stating and what they're arguing about. And also, as I elevated upwards, I would be looking increasingly more downwards. So for talking sake, you know, they're talking about if you're standing here and you're looking at an object here, it's obscured by some hump somehow that rises up in front of you. Well, that they'll say is the curve of the Earth. Okay, so it must be a fixed reference point, which means as you elevate up, your angle of looking down would increase ever more so, and you would be seeing further and further down the sloping away Earth. Okay, so let me just come back before I go any further. So when you get 2 points here, you know, what the globe is always trying to propose is that something rises up in front of both of you, like a hump in between you. Now, it doesn't take a genius to work out that geometry is something seriously wrong with that, because if you're on a sphere and you get two people, you shouldn't have something rising up in front of them. Okay? That would mean that each person was standing inside a dimple. Okay, so that when they
No. Just no. Good God. The level of stupidity that's on display is... You can get how he's trying to think of it, but he's not thinking it properly because he's only thinking on that one flat reference frame. Like, yes, person 1, person 2, it can't rise up, so that person's got to be there, and then this person's down here. But then he's not adjusting where the person's actually standing, what angle they're going to be standing, which way you're looking, to realize, no, that curve is still going to be there. Yes, it's curving down from our perspective, and it's curving down from the other person's perspective, but that's going to be a lump going actually up because, oh, for fuck's sake.
How about we just have a guy on top of the earth, and then we have two people in opposite directions from him? He'll look down to one, and he'll look down to the other. Do you think he'll be able to visualize the geometry then? Would that make it easier for him?
No. That would throw a monkey wrench into his whole paradigm, and it would confuse him even more. But then you'd say, well, that's why the horizon rises to eye level, even though people... Your eyes have muscles. Whatever you focus on, your vision centers on. That's why it's in the middle when you look at it.
He's got the freaking picture right there in front of him. All he's got to do is rotate what he's got 20 degrees clockwise.
He can't do that.
This is Dell we're talking about here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
It's like Conspiracy Cat says. He's like a fourth grader. He just doesn't know what he's talking about.
Mipit 69 says, "Is Flurf Pies a parasite?"
Oh dear. Oh, right. Aimee, quick, jump in.
Thank you very much. We got a super chat, please.
John Rep for Australian $2 said, "No, Matt. Nah, 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 nah."
Good one, John.
Oh man.
Okay. Well, dive in.
They see another hump like this, and it's just a series of humps in front of them. That's not reality. So asking questions, and what I done was I set up a wee display.
A series of humps in front of them? Are they standing on a fucking waterbed? For fuck's sake, what the fuck is he talking about? A series of humps in front of you. No, everything slopes away. And where that slope obstructs the view of shit, that's called the horizon. It's that simple.
You know what he's actually describing there is the view you get from trying to give a rim job to somebody with a set of piles.
Oh no.
Jesus God, Dick, you have to be so graphic. Fuck me.
Dick, did I mention that I was trying to record this for my channel?
Okay, well, here, we'll timestamp and edit that out. 79 minutes.
I don't care about monetization. I just wanted to get your message out there, and
This is our message. In fairness, we did spend like 4 minutes talking about masturbation earlier. So
Dick is an original. You just can't make that shit up.
Inner thoughts. Okay, inner thoughts. Well,
of a curved surface. And again, remember, if they come back into this and they start talking about scale, by mentioning the word scale, it actually gets worse for the globe proponent. Because if you understand the circumference of the supposed globular Earth at 24,000 miles and the size of you in comparison to that, okay, the curve would be ever so slight, very, very slight, right? And nothing would be obscured for hundreds and hundreds of miles. I'm about to show you. Let me just get this up here.
Pause.
What the front fucking door, man?
You can't just. Yeah, I mean, you can't just pull the numbers from your butt. I mean, they have to actually mean something, Del. What the hell are you thinking, pal? This is ridiculous.
He's not thinking. He's a flurf.
That's where all their numbers come from.
Yeah. What's worse, he's doing the opposite of what flurfs normally do, because normally say, well, yeah, you say that after 6 miles, this thing would disappear because there's going to be 6,000 whatever feet of curve because of 8 inch per mile squared, which is wrong, but we won't get into that at the moment. And I'd say, no, you wouldn't see, you'd see forever. No, you fucking wouldn't. Freedom! No, shut up, Del. Get back in the cage.
And the sad part is, Barman, you could if the Earth was flat, you would actually see further than you do now. With zoom, you could see, like I could see the Eiffel Tower if I wanted to from here.
Nothing's stopping you because there'd be nothing in the way. If the object was big enough, you'd be fine.
Just fine.
Okay. So that means mountains are a conspiracy and an illusion.
Everything is a conspiracy.
Is that Windows Movie Maker I see? Like we got DKG Custom in the house here. He does a lot of real professional stuff. He's trying to give you a run for his money or your money, buddy.
Yeah. It would have to be. Fucking hit film is too much for a small brain to work out.
Yeah.
It's After Effects. It's all After Effects.
Actually,
that's GM truth.
Actually, I think that's just Windows Explorer, but and OBS behind him, he doesn't quite master the art of capturing a window as opposed to his whole screen. But anyway.
When somebody uses the word master in a sentence describing Dell, I'm always scared for the next word.
Only when you include masturbate and parasite in the same sentence does that work.
Exactly.
This is never going away.
Oh, we better let him talk because we're getting there.
Hopefully that's showing that. Yep. So these were wee sequences. So the sequence is kind of jotted a bit, but you'll see exactly what I've set up here, just as an example. And again, what you have to remember is that 1 degree of the sphere is roughly 70 miles. Okay? Now the majority of these observations that people are showing and arguing about,
I don't trust his scale.
Yeah. I mean, seriously? Holy, at that curve, that truck dwarfs Everest. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's like 100 miles tall.
This is scientific fact right here, what?
I swear to God.
Needs to be the same size, or the experiment is invalid.
I bet Daniel Pratt did up the blueprints for this one.
Yeah, they're based on his barbecue.
Okay, let's let him dig this hole. Jesus Christ, man.
no even half of that distance. Okay, you're talking, less than half a degree. Okay. Already, from the point of the camera to this first.
Look at the size of that hand.
Well, he seems to be translating actual physical distance, linear distance, with degrees. They're not the same thing. That thing is probably what, a quarter of an arc, maybe a third, maybe less, maybe more like an eighth of a circle that he's got that bent into, something like that. It's the distance between those is like way more than the distance between Orlando and Colorado Springs, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, and his piece of wood's looking more like a parabola, to be honest here. I mean, come on.
Well, and it is, because there's no way to actually make it form a circle without having some support underneath it. It would become a parabola because of gravity.
Yeah.
Can I just raise something? Phil Jesus and you said earlier that Globers don't usually understand perspective, and that he wrote a paper on it. I don't think Dell exactly understands perspective from this model here.
No.
Dell doesn't understand anything.
I don't even think he can model very well.
No. Well, if we look at his... I'll quickly do Aimee first, and then I'll quickly do my bit after.
Sure, please. Thank you.
John Rep for Australian $2 said, "A plank's plank, palm base."
Thank you very much.
So if we say that plank's what? If we said roughly 6 foot long curve to the ground, being generous? Sure. Okay, and we're saying if we were being extra generous and said it's a quarter of a turn, so it's an actual quarter, it's going down, he's actually got it curved right. Well, that would make each inch roughly 138 miles in that plank. So that toy he's got there, you could easily say, be 200 miles tall. So for him to say perspective doesn't matter, it fucking does at this point, mates. Because that truck's taller than the fucking ISS. And this is the concept they can't do. So feel Jesus in you. There's your perspective. Work that shit out. And also work out that you don't understand that all water on the sea and the beach is curving. Whether the earth is flat or not, but you don't say you can see it because you're a moron. Next one, please.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, man.
Shall we let the man play with his toys?
Yeah, okay.
Poor choice of words, Dick.
You're about 5 degrees. And again, note that nothing is rising up into the centre of the field of view. The camera is levelled, it's on a level table looking straight ahead, and the curve drops exponentially away from the point of the observer. It does not rise up into the centre of the field of view.
That is not straight.
How do you fucking do that? So, we still have one object left here. So if I was to come straight up, note, don't focus on the object, remember the centre of field of view is here. Nothing here is rising up with us as we rise up. That the drop continues to go down. And now I would have to tilt to look down. Neil, can you just come here and hold that there for me? Aye, just hold it there. And just let it touch it. So, right, keep...
Tell me he's
sunset.
not involving his son.
I think
Yes, he is.
He's
dragging his kids into it, and it's not the first time he's done it either.
God damn it! I hate when people indoctrinate kids like this. It pisses me off.
Yeah. I think his kids are probably at least going to be smart enough to go, I think you're going a bit mad there, Dad.
Again, the whole idea that it rises up, its perspective is relative to the observer. So it's going to look slope down away from you no matter where you are because gravity pulls you towards the center of gravity, not one direction. They're not upside down in Australia, despite what you may think. So there you go.
No, down is always to your feet. Unless you stand on your head. Oh, anyone else for jumping in against Dell's giant balloon of doom?
This is just...
I take that as a no. We'll have some more video then, please, Bull.
Keep going away, Neil, and let it get in. Right, so if you stop there, same again as we elevate up. And this is the absurdity of a globe proponent talking about a sunrise and how it's going down beyond the curvature of the Earth. Now again, in reality, as you elevated up, you would be able to look down at the sun, which nobody ever does. Nobody looks down on the sun, ever. No, you stay there, Neil. As we elevate up, what's happening? The sun remains in the lower portion, so does the Earth, and we would have to tilt downwards in order to look at it. Let's just see that again, bring it back up towards us, Neil. Keep coming, keep coming.
You just simulated the sunrise and said nobody ever looks down at the sun. Well, yeah, we do. And it disappears behind the horizon just like it did on your little board there. Even though the perspective and the size and the distances are all fucking wrong, it is not to scale model at all. So, but it still works. It still proves that sunrise and sunset. I mean,
Yep, and
he's debunking himself for fuck's sake.
Ugly German Truth says, has this fucknut ever watched the sunset from a skyscraper or a plane?
No, he doesn't leave his shit.
There's definitely one person in this whole scenario that's doing the looking down, and that's the son on the father. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He's standing there saying, Christ, do I have to do this?
She was thinking, Jesus
Dad,
Christ,
you're an
Dad,
idiot.
I hope people don't see this in school. God, yeah, imagine if someone in his school, oh, God, you'd feel so
Yes.
sorry for him. Or his job. Oh.
I
You
know
know,
the
I
school's
introduced my
miles
son
away,
to
but
Nathan
damn it, Dad, I'm walking home.
Oh, we had two there. I think we Bob and
I introduced my son to Nathan Oakley the other day. He was flabbergasted. He just graduated from high school, and he cannot understand how anybody in this day and age can be that stupid.
He's ridiculously stupid. And then Steaming Cup of Reason, I missed yours then as well.
Oh, nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. Some more? Any more comments or some more playing through? More playing through then. Don't all talk at once. It's fine. I don't want your attention.
Right. And if we stop there, so as we can see from here, and we see the distance, you know, if we were to use that as some sort of scale representation, you can see that from here to here, we're talking, you know, more than 5, maybe I'll be generous and say it's only 5 degrees, and that's being really generous, it's much, much more than that. But we're talking, you know, more than that, probably 10 degrees. Well, as I was saying, 10 degrees, so you're talking about 700 miles. Keep bringing it back towards us. In fact, I'm going to use the other prop. So here we're at about, you know, a generous, I'll say, 3 degrees. Move the bobby. Nothing has been obscured. Nothing. And the distance from here to here is well over 10 degrees. Further still. I can't see that. I'm going to have to wait until... And again, just to show you, again, we've got the centre of frame, and as it goes away, it curves downwards away from us. It doesn't keep going straight out in front of us. Down the way, this is the geometry of a sphere, dictates that you're at the top of the ball, and that it must drop away from you.
Hey! Thank you. I was just feeling the need to sing. It was getting so bad. Holy crap.
Yeah, that was... Glad it's gone. Glad it's gone.
Oh, no kidding.
Make the bad sound stop.
We're all going to need some therapy time after this, I think. Jesus.
I think so, man. I mean, oh, God.
Therapy, hell, I'm going to get some liquor.
I'm just a flirt and dumb as a hammer. Yodelay, yodelay, yo. Hoo-hoo. Thick as a brick with an aneurysm. Yodelay, yodelay, yo.
Oh, let's be fair. Hammers are useful. Flat earthers aren't. Well, unless there's a zombie invasion, you want to push them to the zombies. They probably walk past them and go, "No brains, no, coming after us." Oh, do we have time for more video? Where are we on clockwise? I don't even know. There
95 minutes, not too bad off. Does anybody want to sound off on Dell, like, to give a little rap on that video? Because, it's the general stuff from him, but, I mean, it's just so easy to explain. Like, it's just ridiculous. This guy's a moron.
Yeah, I also want to comment on that, because although he does his own experiments, and it's great that he's trying, and he's one of the few that actually tries to do practical stuff, but if you don't have the correct framework, if you don't know the correct measurements, if you don't have that that knowledge, then if you don't have the right starting point, you're definitely not going to have the right finishing point, and that's the problem here.
Not in a million years.
This is basically monkeys trying to write Shakespeare.
you know, it's a random event that he does, and you know, I'm sure someday he may actually come up with something useful other than proving the globe as he just did.
We can only hope.
But flat earthers like proving the globe. Their favorite pastime.
Too damn stupid to know they're doing it.
Ranty.
See, that's the fun part.
Well,
what's next, Boole?
I think we should go with This Just Happened.
We already did that.
Oh, right, we did.
Wasn't that the UFO one? Yeah.
That was the UFO one.
It
right.
should be truth and lies.
Oh, there's a lot of people here that want truth and lies.
Yeah, truth and lies.
Truth and lies.
Truth and lies. Well, it's a 34-minute video, so we're not getting through it, but I think we should make it our final.
We can see what they got and then chipmunk it.
Sweet. Let me do some adjustments here because this particular person doesn't seem to understand that you can turn your phone and turn it sideways.
Oh God!
One of those vertical video syndrome morons.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Vertical video syndrome is the name. That's a proper name.
The Flurf School of Cinematography.
Is it CC from New York, Westchester County?
I don't know who it is, to be honest with you. If you look in the videos on the Discord, it'll tell you. But let's see what she has to say for herself. Come on. VMix is not catching up.
Oh, no. Is that a young Carol Baskin?
It might. I don't know.
Hey health seekers, it's Kate Shimaroni here, natural nurse in a toxic world.
And there's kind of a goofy video going around about me, which is kind of pathetic really, and I don't really care. Because the reason I don't care, no matter how many times trolls try and post it, is I know the truth. So I've read the studies, I've read the papers, I've done years of research. So when you post stuff like that, you just come from a place of ignorance, and it doesn't bother me, it doesn't affect me. It's quite sad that you've taken all your time in trying to discredit me instead of trying to look at maybe some of the things I'm saying. And when you start reading it, the truth's going to set you free. So I just want to talk a little bit here about, I started as a nurse in 1984 and I thought, you know, it was there to save people and it was amazing. And I'm kind of old school, you know, you don't go out in your uniform. Just want to point out, I keep seeing a lot of people out in their scrubs and their uniforms shopping. If there was a real virus or real thing that's going to kill us all, would you be going in and out of the hospital with your uniform and transferring it to the supermarket and everywhere else? No. In my day, you'd have been sacked for that. So the Rockefeller Foundation, it's funded everything through history. They're really rich. They're one of these global elites. They actually funded the suffragette movement because they wanted to get the other half of the workforce into work so they could tax them, and they wanted to get the kids into school so they could teach them their system. That's fact. It was the Rockefeller Foundation as well that in the war, they funded the whole Cyclone Z, the gas that they used to gas the Jews. They funded the whole fluoride that was put in the water.
Oh, for God's sake.
That sounds legit.
They say Cyclone G.
She might have.
What? Well, who is she talking about? The Rockefellers funded the gas the Germans used on the Jews? What the fuck?
Apparently. Yeah, and fluoride, and they funded schools.
And the V2.
Right,
yes.
And Einstein contributed intellectually to the bomb. Doesn't mean he's a mass murderer.
The whole thing is, this woman.
She's being very reductive. I mean, bringing all of the worst things and some of the best things. I mean, education is an important thing. She's bringing all of that and reducing it down to it's one family, or it's the Illuminati, or in her case the Rockefellers. But it's a very strange elitist way of thinking of the world to again believe that one family or one organization can be that united, and that all governments of all times that do not get along with each other are able to be that united under the Rockefellers or under the Illuminati. I'm sorry, love, it doesn't work that way.
You're just blaming everybody in the world for their own stupidity.
Well, we all know it was Henry Ford, anyhow.
I mean, we'll put this woman in context. She's had her YouTube channel removed from her once, and YouTube have let her have a new channel. So if you want to go to her channel, it's Kate Shimonari, Natural Nurse in a Toxic World or whatever. Feel free to report her videos, because this is the woman that thinks that COVID isn't actually a real virus. Vaccines are bad for you. Bill Gates is trying to kill everyone and take over the entire world. Every single government is lying to you about everything. Fluoride in the water kills you. All electromagnetic frequencies are bad, but not when she's using her phone outside to record videos and upload them or whatever, and things like that. And Botox is fine, obviously, because she has a clinic that does Botox, skin peels, and shit like that.
Can I mention that Kate triggers Barman in the same way that Gemma O'Doherty triggers me?
Oh, I hate people like this. Fucking hate them.
What I didn't appreciate was the way that she was accusing medical staff of trying to create a scare in the local market because they were wearing their scrubs when they went. That's bullshit. I mean, they probably work in the hospital across the street. I mean, these are healthcare warriors. They're doing 48, 72-hour stretches with little or no breaks. They're just killing it. And when they do get a break, so what if they hop across the street to grab something to eat from the market in their scrubs? Who gives a shit?
The other thing is most of them will go home, take a shower, quick sleep, and then put on a fresh pair of scrubs going back into the hospital. So the idea that they are wearing the same scrubs in and out of the hospital is just false and scaremongering.
Mm-hmm. It's such a shame that if the NHS no longer has the budget to be able to say, you don't need to take your own scrubs home, you can come in your own clothes, and there'll be scrubs in the locker room for you in a proper outfit, and you can get changed there.
Yeah, I mean, look, I have four aunts who are nurses, and it's not beyond the realms of possibility that they come out of the hospital, go to the nearest shopping centre or supermarket, get what they need, go home, quick shower, change, and back to the hospital or do whatever they have to do. That's not beyond the realms of possibility. And it hasn't been the case that if you step foot outside the hospital in your scrubs, then you're going to be sacked. That's ridiculous. And it's a lie.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the things that they do lots of times, too, is they wear coats. Yeah, you know, it's never a good idea. You know, if say you're in surgery, especially if you're doing ortho surgery, you certainly don't want to walk outside and then walk back into the operating suite with things that have possibly been contaminated. You change your scrubs. And she does have a slight point there. You know, if we were dealing with freaking Ebola, I don't think we'd be wanting to walk around, you know, with our scrubs. But no.
An amazing thing just happened. An amazing thing just happened that I genuinely didn't think would ever happen. Feel Jesus in You just said, she is a total cow, a liar, and a deception parasite.
She is?
I actually agree.
Yeah. And who's to say that the people that you see outside in scrubs are actually medical personnel? Who's to say they aren't just the janitorial staff who in many hospitals wear the same scrubs?
Yep.
Yeah, she's a waste of space.
Absolutely
she
agree
really
with that.
is.
Yeah, lots of holes in the story.
Or they could be like her and pretend to be a nurse.
Yeah, she's actually up on the Nurses and Midwifery Council at the moment with possibly getting deregistered because she did at one point was trained as a nurse in 1986, 84. Someone did say in a video. There's a few people on Twitter who'd know. And she worked for a nurse for not very long because then she was an air stewardess for 10 years and then she did something else and then she set up this business she's got now doing skin peels and things like that. So she wasn't a nurse for long. I don't think she could hack it, I'm guessing. Not to sound rude to her, but she's a fucking waste of space. So
Yeah.
and her trolls love coming to my fucking channel. It's hilarious.
She's a fraud. That's
yeah.
nothing more.
Yeah.
Randolph wishes, would she even qualify to be a wet nurse?
I'm telling you now, do not let this woman near any newborn, please. That scares the bejesus out of me.
She's more like a wet
Well,
nappy.
look on the bright side, she's parasite-free, I'm sure.
Yeah. Not Botox, but parasite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hawkskull
think those
says-
lips are natural.
Hawkskull
You think?
says she's not even qualified to be a wet flannel. Nice.
Well,
let's
go.
go.
See what else Tracy has to say.
And dentists and doctors just accepted it, that it's good for your teeth. And it's actually not good for your teeth at all. It's not good for your body. It's a toxin, massive toxin. There was a study done in, I can't remember, it was 2008, something like that, on children and how it massively drops their IQ. And for those who mock me for saying that, you see, one of my hobbies is reading, and there's one of my greatest pleasures to myself is buying myself books. That's right, I buy books and I read and I educate myself. Fluoride in the drinking water.
Can I just say, really quick, she might buy books and she might read a lot, but understanding those books are a whole different story.
Or buying the right books.
Exactly.
Well, she buys conspiracy books and reads conspiracies, so she understands that just fine, I think.
Conspiracies and Harlequin romance novels.
Yeah. And at least Harlequin romance models or novels are useful to some extent.
I don't promote violence, but can someone take that book, slap her upside the head, and maybe she might get some more sense into her brain?
It'd be better than the text she's reading.
Now, the way she's talking, though, you'd think that fluoride deficiency isn't a thing that could actually happen to people. So, what would happen, Bob, if we had no fluoride in our water, diet, or anything like that, or food, anything at all?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
I never had an issue where people didn't have any fluoride. I don't know if there's a fluoride deficiency syndrome.
Thankfully, we'll never have to find out. We will never have to find out, I'm sure.
I'm sure the dental profession is hugely thankful for the invention of fluoride and its addition to water supplies.
Maybe not the ones that...
Crazy?
That sounds like it could be a Pain of Progress episode, actually.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, just about every toothpaste on the market has fluoride in it for damn good reason.
I actually just looked it up. It says tooth decay and osteoporosis.
Nice.
There you go.
And that would be about it. You know, fluoride and calcium do have some interrelationship with bone formation and osteoclast work. So,
oh, cool.
You know, I don't think I've in 30 years ever seen a clinical fluoride deficiency.
That's a good thing then.
Yeah. Well, thank God for the city water supply dumping that Clorox into the water.
Oh dear. Oh, go on.
Yeah. Shall we? We'll see if we can get to the end, and then if not, we'll just toss her. I mean, the video in the trash, and wrap. Either way,
good place for her.
You're not getting to the end. It's a 34-minute video, Dick.
Yeah, of course it is.
And we've gotten 2 minutes in. 2 minutes. That's it.
Oh, jeez.
What
do you say we?
Gotten that far.
What was that?
What do you say we chipmunk it?
We can chipmunk this. We can speed it up a bit. Let's go up to 175 here. Should make more sense at this speed anyway.
Water. A scientific review of EPAS standards. It's really interesting, this. And then when you start going down the rabbit holes and you're looking down the references, you just think to yourself, they've poisoned me. They've actually poisoned me. And even, you mix fluoride with BPA, that's in all the plastic bottles, it's in the lining of all your cartons or your cans. Fluoride plus the BPA is responsible for expressing 138 genes. And this is why you see, I believe it's Ireland has the highest rate of melanoma in the Northern Hemisphere. Melanoma. Don't we get told that you get that from getting the sun on you? No. Most melanomas are on the trunk and the limbs where you don't get the sun. It's because of the fluoride that's in the water. And then they're the biggest tea drinkers as well, and tea leaves concentrate natural fluoride. Anyway, it's a different topic. So going back to the Rockefellers, they then went in and they took over the whole medical industry, and I'm calling it industry because it is an industry. It's there to get you sick, make you sick, keep you sick, kill you, and charge you all the way along. It's an industry. There's no profit to be made in cure, so they need you sick, and they need you on all their drugs. And what they did was the Rockefeller Foundation, they got rid of every other form. They got rid of all the naturopathic doctors, the nutritionists, the herbalists, the acupuncturists. They got rid of them all. You couldn't even get a license without going to the Rockefeller Foundation if you were a naturopathic doctor. So they got rid of all the naturopathic schools. And
That's not true.
When has the Rockefeller Foundation been in charge of state licensing boards?
Never.
But that's not even true. The idea that you don't have homeopathy or you don't have naturalist organizations, that's just completely false. Because all you have to do is a little bit of research. 30 seconds on Google would debunk this woman.
I don't think you'd even need 30 seconds, would you? Just seen Ziploc in the chat before. He lives in Oregon and his water doesn't have fluoride in, and his kids have to take daily doses of fluoride to build strong teeth.
Well, where I live, there's no fluoride in our water. Instead, there's chlorine. So, yeah, you could have that.
Don't think I've got either in mine. I've just got lime scale. Lots and lots and lots of lime scale. But I'm on a borehole, so I get even worse lime scale.
Over where I live, a borehole has a very different meaning.
Yeah, but we're talking about water. You should know what I mean. You dirty boy.
You're talking about the back end of a pig again, aren't you?
He is Welsh.
Oh, for God's sake, be a sheep then. Be a sheep. I'm Welsh, remember? God.
Sheep. I'm sorry. Yeah. Poor sheep.
And as for Ireland has higher rates, no, she should just keep Ireland out of her mouth right there. Just do not mention my country at all. You haven't earned the right.
Shall we let her bleat on a bit?
No one's going to comment on keep Ireland out of her mouth.
They put 2 members of their boards, 2 members on the board, 2 members of their management. They pumped loads of money into all the medical schools, provided all the equipment. And so what you have is doctors just trained in the Rockefeller way. And they did this to further push the agenda of pharmaceutical drugs, vaccines, and antibiotics, and all these drugs for degenerative disease. So Big Pharma chooses the medical elite. They decide who gets the top jobs. They decide what gets published. And it's really difficult for doctors and scientists who can refute what they're saying to do it, because they'll lose their jobs, they'll lose their livelihoods, they'll get discredited. They're trying to discredit me, but I really don't care. And most of the advertising budget, I believe it's about 70% in media. And we know that they're the lying lies of lies as well. The BBC, it's just the bullcrap channel. I'm not even going to be paying my licence, that's getting cancelled. But that's funded by pharma, so they just push the same agenda. Now for me, I went into nursing school, and I was taught lots of things that when I got cancer, I realised I'd been lied to on a massive scale. And once I started going down those holes of what actually cancer was and how you could reverse it, but that's not in the system because it generates so much money. And the charities, Breast Cancer Now, I've talked about that. They're in bed with Pfizer. Pfizer make all the drugs for breast cancer, so they don't want you to not get breast cancer.
For God's sake.
What?
Man. I can't. I would rather be watching Victoria Albers talk about fucking Planet X or whatever and birthing baby planets in our atmosphere and all that shit. At least that's harmless. This is actually, I hate anti-vaxxers. I absolutely hate them.
I'd rather be watching Tatty in a mankini.
So would we all. Well, yeah. Can I pull her on something about the what she just said there? Because I mean, I hosted a flat earther here in the house, and a lot of people know that. And one of the things that he came out with was, this bull that hospitals are there to make you unhealthily healthy. And this is the line that they often push out, that, the medical field is only there to deal with patients as customers. Now, the states have some things to answer there for that, but she's British. She has had everything handed to her, and she went through, as far as I'm aware, she went through the medical system to get herself healthy again after being diagnosed with cancer. So the idea that cancer treatments don't work, or who gives a crap who's funding them, the fact is they work. Now, a lot of people will know from previous discussions, I do a lot of work with the Irish Cancer Society. I'm actually growing my hair to do a shaver dye very soon for the Irish Cancer Society. So this is something that's very, very passionate, because I've lost loved ones to cancer, and I just cannot accept and sit here and listen to the idea that we should not be funding, or we should not care about cancer treatments because this group might be behind them. It doesn't matter where the solutions are coming from, as long as they work. That is the main thing, and we have to keep funding cancer treatment, or we can't cure cancer. It's that simple.
Yeah. What rubbish was she saying about Ireland and melanomas? Was she saying they've got stupidly high rates?
Yeah, well, she said we have higher rates than normal for melanoma, for skin cancer, which is borderline true, and part of it is because
14.
we burn very, very fast. So yeah, but it's not actually that much higher than the European average.
No, you're 14th highest in the world for melanoma, for skin cancer and things like that. But then you got Australia and New Zealand, obviously number 1 and 2. Then Norway, Denmark, the Netherlands, Sweden, Switzerland, just European densely populated countries and things like that. And you come down that the UK and Ireland and all that ranks as 14th together, basically. It's not really an issue here. It's not that much higher than anywhere else. It's just, yeah.
So Colin
crazy.
Plays just confirmed that Kate had cancer treatment and then decided to leave the hospital and go to a detox diet to clear it up, and claims that the detox diet cured her, and so she cured herself.
She had coffee enemas.
Yeah, that is... No, the cancer treatment cured you. It was just delayed in results.
Yeah. Well, she was saying in her video, she said before, she obviously had the cancer removed and then didn't go through chemotherapy and just went and had coffee shoved up her ass instead.
But even if she didn't have any kind of treatment, the cancer still could have gone into remission. And then, you know, her woo-woo, she still could have blamed that.
Yeah, especially if it's been caught early and she's had it removed. I love Bob's comment in chat with cream and sugar.
Well, bottom line is skin cancer, even B-cell carcinomas, can grow to the size of a bowling ball and still not metastasize. You know, they just don't do that. They're generally, people don't die of B-cell carcinoma.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. What's the plan?
Well, the vote is completely on the gong side, and we're just about to hit the 2 hour mark. So I think it's kind of self-evident where we go from here.
I think so.
I see only one end to the situation, honey, and you're about to hear it. Oh yeah.
Oh, I love that.
That sounds so good.
What do you say, Barman? Shall we go around the table?
Oh hell yes! Let's get this kicked away and get everyone happy. Oh, we'll start where we actually finish. So I'm going to start with Prime Red tonight. Prime Red, have you enjoyed yourself tonight, and what do you think of the level of goddamn crazy we've had?
Yeah, I had a great time, Barman, and the world is just fucking full of bad shit, crazy people. So we do what we can to, you know, stem the tide, but it's a hard job.
We can keep trying, we can keep poking them and keep laughing at them, and then just do our best, really. Bob, what did you think about tonight's seriously crazy people in some regards?
I don't know. The parasites must be eating my brain. That was just batshit crazy. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I think that's the best words for it, really. And probably the politest words for what we've just had to endure.
But thank God she has a microscope and knows how to use it, right?
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah.
Don't think she knows what she's got. It's a magnifying glass, really. Oh, right. Where am I? Aimee, what have you got to say about tonight's level of crazy?
It's right up there. Complete batshit. Sorry, excuse my language. Bat poop.
Aimee.
No, you didn't hear me. I'm surprised. But yeah, these people, none of these people know what they're talking about. I think the one that really pisses me off too was the anti-vaxxer. We all know about those. So please excuse the noise in the background. It's just a fan. It's really hot. So, but I wanted to thank Prime Red again and Bob the Science Guy. Dr. Bob, thank you so much, both of you, for coming on. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone in the chat, too, for coming. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you guys for having me on.
Always a pleasure. Anytime.
It's always fun here.
Thank you.
Big Blue, what's your thoughts on this evening?
Oh, all I can say is I am so glad that I'm not one of those people.
Yeah.
Thank goodness I wore a helmet when I played football.
Is that your thoughts on what's behind them? Well, they've all been bunked in the head far too many times.
It's something like that, I guess. I'll tell you, it's just a night with Dell is, just special. And that's about it. Good being here.
He seems to think so.
Yeah, really.
Oh, I'd be very worried with a whole night with Dell.
The best part was the way his son just vanished like a fart in the wind. As soon as Dell was...
He was as soon as Dad's done, I'm just getting the fuck out.
Yeah.
Taking the dog, too.
Escape while I can. Oh, Krafty, have you got any more words on tonight's level of stupidity?
I do, and I say this quite often in any live stream that I'm a part of. There is a borderline where things are ridiculous to where things get dangerous. And when people like this are not challenged, those dangerous ideas spread. So for everyone in the chat, for everyone supporting this channel, it's so bloody important to have you guys with us, because we need to stem the stupid, but we actually need to prevent danger from spreading.
Mm-hmm. And anti-vaxxers are a big danger, and especially, just women like her in general. Anti-vaxxing, no masking, COVID's not real, Bill Gates is going to kill you. Ugh. Put coffee up your bum. I'm sure that's for you. Oh, right. I'm sure the man who's going to have a good old fucking wank and want and everything for us, Steaming Cup of Reason.
Yeah, well, this last one, I have to agree with Krafty Keelah, man. She's just dangerously stupid. I really think she's probably the best reason that we have to ban anti-vaxxers and homeopathy worldwide. Just ban it. It'd make it illegal. They're just dangerous. They're a health risk, and they're an insult to the medical profession. Dell, well, he should not be allowed to speak ever again. That's all I got to say about Dell. The UFO idiots, buy a fucking camera and learn to take a picture, you fucking morons. And last but not least, what else did we have? What else did we have? There was one more.
The other crazy parasites make you masturbate.
Oh, yeah. Parasites cause masturbation. Holy shit. I must be fucking riddled with the little fuckers.
Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh, Bull, how is your parasites doing?
Hey, the transcription says riddled with the little folkers. I think that's great.
Tiny little airplanes.
I don't want one position. I want all positions when it comes to my parasites. So, oh my God, is stupid in this. It's just unbelievable. I hate anti-vaxxers though, because not only are they dangerous, but they're spreading misinformation about autism, and that's something I'm looking forward to debunking a lot in the autism show, like talking about the fact that vaccines don't cause autism. And personally, being an autistic man, I would rather be an autistic man than a dead man from polio or some other easily preventable disease. And the fact that it's not mutually exclusive because vaccines don't cause autism, well, it's just icing on the cake at that point. So, fuck you, anti-vaxxers. And parasites, God, parasites and viruses, very, very, very different things. Oh my God, woman, get your shit straight before you get in front of a podium and make a fool of yourself.
But then what would we laugh
Hey guys,
at?
I got a special
Right.
guest that wants to say hi real quick.
Cool.
Hey, Bob's kid. I just got back from the beach and I heard my dad was streaming, so I figured I'd come in and say hi.
Hi, Bob's kid.
Hey.
Kyle.
Welcome to the stream.
Crime on the channel. He did his first live stream with me the other day, and he's going to do some more.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Excellent.
Very nice.
Nice. That's
We're
awesome.
going to build a whole
Welcome to
series
the
around
Shills.
him. We're going to build a whole series around him. Are you smarter than a high school senior?
Nice.
I'm kind of a dumbass.
Brilliant.
I'm liking
Dale
that.
certainly is not.
Yeah, he had his first introduction to Oakley the other day, and he's still kind of in counseling over that. We're having lots of discussions about,
How a human being can be so stupid.
Yeah.
Scary,
Pretty
isn't
much.
it? It's scary.
He's
All right,
mesmerizing.
well, he wanted to come in and say hi.
See you
Well,
guys.
it's nice to have you on.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah. And
He's a
then
good kid. He's got a really good head on his shoulders. He's going to be a chemical engineer, I think.
Nice. Something
Yeah,
to
it
be
has
proud of
something
for
to
sure,
do with
Bob.
medicinal plants is what he wants to work on, but I'm calling it chemical engineer.
Or as
Little
long as
bit
he
of breaking
avoids being a flurf, he'll do well.
yes.
He hasn't been a flurf since he was about 3.
Nice.
Oh, and then last but not least, we better do the Dick Dawson.
Well, hello. So there's 3 takeaways here, people. Number 1, remember, always clean up your parasites after a night home alone. You just cannot leave that for other people to find. That's revolting. Number 2, what do vaccinations really cause? Adults. So get in there and have them. They're just not that scary. Number 3, Dell doesn't actually make his living off YouTube. Up here in Canada, he's the poster child for holy shit, people, wear a helmet while you're motorcycling and dirt biking, because this could happen to you. You should see, he's all over the place. It's great. He's got a good contract. And number 4, people, everybody's going to agree with me here. Dell, your son, I'm speaking to you. You would be a hero if you just started the channel. What it's like to be fucking idiots Dell's son. You would blow up instantly and we would all love it.
We would.
Yeah, we got to see that. I want to give a huge thank you to everybody who watched and joined in tonight on the chat. A massive shout out to our members and Patreons. You guys rock and you're really pushing us forward. Dr. Bob, the Science Guy and Prime Reb, thanks so much for joining us and having a great time with us tonight. And on that note, I think we're done here, folks. Let's say goodnight. Good night.
Bye.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
And I'll see you in the next video.
Bye-bye.
No.